Jeff and Ruby has been planned since the very beginning.
It's a cartoon!
It already happened.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good evening, everyone. Another day, another dollar, another time to talk about RWBY. What's up? Penny is carrying this volume. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, well, I see what you mean. We'll talk about that and later, I guess. What's up? I'm looking at the chat. What up? What up? So, first question I always ask: how's everything going? How's my sound? Can you hear me clearly? Does everything sound peachy? Does everything sound well? Let me know. What's up, Vex? Hey, what's up, Ian? Finals week is upon me. Oh, that's awesome. Good luck with that. My school days are long gone, thankfully. Weiss is carrying this entire show. Sounds good. Awesome. Great. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. All right. So what you guys been up to? I have been watching some football, but I'm done with that. Ready to talk about RWBY and to catch up because I'm almost caught up. Well, not really. After this, I just have the chapter 5 discussion, and then technically I would be caught up. But yeah, yesterday's chapter was a real doozy. I'm really looking forward to talking about that chapter. So hopefully I can catch up here very soon. I don't think I'm that far off, but yeah, I really want to talk about chapter 6 like right now, but we can't do that. There's a method here, and we have to get to chapter 6 when we get there. First we have to talk about chapter 4 and chapter 5, and then we can talk about what happened Saturday or yesterday. That was pretty hilarious. Just finished time for dinner. Awesome. Just in time for dinner. Okay, I hear you. What's up, Michael? My Saints. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the Saints, so I was kind of thrilled that Drew Brees lost. Oh my God, Saints always lose in the worst way possible. Yeah, I hate the Saints. 49ers, they play well. Yeah, I was rooting for the 49ers, so that was good. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, and we wasn't good. Just got a job at Best Buy. Oh, that's awesome. Work on Christmas. That sucks. Well, it would suck for me, but I don't know if you mind if you had to work on Christmas. But I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off the entire week of Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. Hey, what's up, Toby? Yeah, I think it's Toby. What's up? Bumblebee field trip. Funny. Yep, I'm born and raised from North Carolina. Awesome, Blue. What's up? Thanks. Awesome that you can make the stream. What time? What? Let me check something real quick. Alrighty. Just need to check something. Yes, North Carolina I am from. right. What time is it right now? Are we 5 minutes into the stream? All right, that thing flew by. All right, we're gonna get it. Go. We're gonna go ahead and start talking about chapter 4 here in a second. We switch over to Streamlabs. Let's get this party started. Let me get this off the screen first. Goodbye, Penny. Okay. So let's start with the opening shot. So first things first. I really like the opening shot of this chapter. I just wanted to point that out. Right from the get-go. The science team heading toward the mine, Amity Coliseum casting a shadow. It's a nice shot. I really like it. I just like how it started, this opening chapter. So this opening part of the chapter, I just want to point that out. It's a nice shot. I like it a lot. So after that, we see that the once the science team arrives, we see that that are the Aesops heading out the mine here, and then this happens. This happens. But let me play that again. In fact. Now this is supposed to be a cute and funny bit, but it doesn't work because this happens well after the actual fight. The fight ended in chapter 3, and they're having this delayed action, this delayed reaction right now. So it ends up feeling out of place and random. You see, had they done this in chapter 3, it would have felt more natural. It might have worked. But since it happened here, well after the actual fight, kind of just feels out of place and just unnecessary. So it didn't land with me at all. And that's a common theme in this chapter, actually. A lot of the comedy does not land for whatever reason, but we'll talk about that. We will get
Some
to that.
of us are all asset, zero liability. Think I've got some liabilities, Elm?
Your brains, for one.
I think I like when the Aesops interact for the most part. I guess because it doesn't feel forced. It feels like a natural group conversation, natural group interaction. So it usually works whenever the Aesops are having a conversation. I like it a lot usually. So that's a positive for the writing, I guess. So Nora is a big fan of Elm, right? So she makes a suggestion.
Do you need a new best friend? Our pair name can be
Oh boy. Okay, so I talked about this on Twitter. I get why they want to keep shipping alive and well in the community, right? I know shipping sells, I know I've said it over and over, right? But all I ask is that they let the fans come up with their own ship names. Just let the fans do it. They don't need your help, okay? You don't need to push shipping in the show. The fans can take care of that themselves, okay? You don't have to come up with your own shipping names. And yeah, I get that this is a callback to a RWBY chibi, but I don't care. Like, the fans don't need your help, okay? They're more creative than you are with these shipping names, okay? You don't have to help us. We get it. The community can take care of the shipping, all right? It just bothered me that I mean, it's bad enough that so many of them are pushing it themselves. The fans can take care of it. They don't need your input on these shipping names. My goodness gracious, they can't help themselves. But I think they think they're playing to their base, and the base of the fan base wants to see stuff like this. So I would get why they would do it, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, the fans don't need your shipping name advice. They can take care of it themselves and be way more creative than the ones you come up with, I'm sure. Let me head over to the chat real quick. Agreed. Shipping ridiculous. Okay. I thought it was funny. I'm sure you did, Michael. I'm sure you did. I mean, I get why it's funny. I'm like, it's fun. That's fine. I'm not saying it's not funny, even though I didn't laugh. But I get why people would laugh at it. But the whole point of it is the whole shipping part of it. The shipping name thing is kind of like almost meta, almost like breaking the fourth wall, almost kind of. Hey guys, here's a new ship name. We're giving it to you. Use it now. It's Thunder Dies. That's their ship name. Like, the fans don't need your help with that. They can handle that. We got that down. They have that down. Trust me. We don't need the showrunners don't need to help us with that. And yes, it is a callback to RWBY Chibi, but I forgot which one it was because I don't watch RWBY Chibi, honestly. So I just wanted to call that out. But yeah, let's not waste so much time on Thunder Thighs. Wait, let me play one more time.
Do you need a new best friend? Our pair name can be
All right, let's move on to the next part here.
Perfect complementary teamwork. Oh, yeah. I want to have my friends' backs just like that.
This isn't the schoolyard, kid.
But I mean, when you go through so much with someone, it kind of changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah. Aren't you all dating now? I mean, it's a natural progression.
Do you need a new best... Perfect complementary teamwork. Oh, yeah. I want to have my friends' backs just like that.
This isn't the schoolyard, kid.
But I mean, when you go through so much with someone, it kind of changes things, doesn't it?
You know, I'm surprised at just how naive they are. I mean, surely they know that not all pros that work together are all buddy-buddy. I mean, sure they know it's a job at this point. I guess not. I just thought it was interesting that they don't know that the professional huntsmen and huntresses aren't all buddy-buddy, aren't all friends. Like, there's groups that work together. Like, not everyone who you work with you like, you know? I just thought it was interesting that they had that kind of reaction. We'll see here in a second.
I count on them to keep me alive. They do the same. But that's their job. We don't confuse the two.
I'm not sure why they're saddened by this. So they're not friends. Who cares? It doesn't affect your relationship. So why do you care if they're friends? Why are you saddened by that? Why are you hurt? Why does it hurt your soul? I'm confused by what this scene is supposed to mean. If you can tell me in the chat, please let me know. Like, why? What's going on here? Why are they so? What's the big deal? So they're not friends. Big whoop. I don't get it. Yo, Murder, what's up? In fact, I'm gonna stop calling you Murder. I'm gonna start calling you Arnold. Hey, Arnold, what's up? I feel like I always call you Murder when I know your first name, which is weird. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Yeah, but can someone tell me why they're sad here? I'd love to know. I need to be educated on why they're sad in that a team of pro huntsmen aren't friends like that. I'm confused. Friendship is everything. Yeah, I get that, but still, I don't quite get it. But maybe that's just me. Yang's like, when you've been through so much together, how can you not all love each other? I mean, just look at me and Blake. Oh man. Yeah, I don't understand it. But I won't lag on that. I'll move on. They can be sad all they want. They can be sad.
Someone in Mantle is taking out public leaders who speak out against Atlas. Specifically, people who speak out against me.
Your opposition in Mantle dropping dead isn't exactly a good look for you, huh?
I think someone's trying to frame me, and by extension, Atlas.
So Ironwood is now aware that someone is trying to frame him. And John thinks it's an appropriate time to take a shot at his current policies.
Well, if it wasn't for the embargo making everybody so mad, people probably wouldn't be so quick to blame you for everything else.
What a jerk. See, Ironwood, if I was Ironwood, I would have slapped John with my pistol whip John. Like, John, who do you think you're talking to right now? Like, sheesh. But he doesn't slap John. Ironwood thinks that he's right, and he wants Team RWBY to stay in Atlas to help deal with the issues in Mantle.
With the launch of this mobile communications tower and tensions down in Mantle, I think there's a lot of good your teams can do here.
So, I guess that's that. Ironwood wants Team RWBY to hang around. I guess that makes sense. They already know everything. He told them they know all the truth, right? He told them the plan. So why not have these kids hang around and help you? I mean, makes sense, I think. Let me head over to the chat real quick. It's the haircut. Banana. It was an unnecessary comment. Yeah, it kind of was a little unnecessary, but no, John's gonna John. Gotta take that jab. Forrest, Arnold, you had to know. You had to know that Forrest was gonna die. I mean, this is the track record of these of RWBY. They introduced characters and then they killed them. Yeah, it's not all buddy. That was weird. How this all super sad. Is that like foreshadowing that Team RWBY will not get along soon? Like, why even have that scene? Why put that scene in there that, oh, we're not friends, we don't confuse the two, and they're looking sad? What is that foreshadowing? Like, what's, like, why, like, what does that mean? Why put that in there? Haven't thought about that. Oh well. Let them be sad. So after that, after he says, oh, please come, please stay in Atlas and help us, please. All right. Papa Schnee shows up, I believe.
You've also decided you have the authority to commandeer private property?
As this is now the site of a classified military operation, it didn't even require a vote.
Didn't require a vote? Lately, you seem to forget who your friends really are. I'm going to get that council seat, James.
Didn't require a vote? He was flabbergasted. He didn't see that one coming. It's funny how both Jacques and Robin won a council seat, and they both don't like Ironwood. Like, Ironwood is damned if he do and he damned if he doesn't. Like, no matter who gets that seat, they both don't like him. Ironwood has been getting the short end of the stick. I wouldn't be mad at him one bit if he just went crazy and like started shooting up everyone. I wouldn't blame him. Like, screw these guys. Like, he's getting shafted left and right. So Colonel Sanders notices that his daughter's here and she gives him the business.
You roped my missing daughter into these schemes of yours too?
It was my decision to come here, just like it was my decision to leave. Or have you forgotten all about that? Believe me, I know exactly the kind of man you are.
How dare you speak to me that way?
So this is more of the same, right? This wasn't a surprise. It's not the first time she told him off, right? She did it a few times now, it feels like. The only thing that's interesting here is how he uses her mother as a weapon.
You know, your mother was devastated when you left.
What a jackass.
You know how she gets when she's upset.
So, Jacques is despicable, right? And he knows his daughter's weak spot. Or he knows it. He knows her soft spot, at least, right? Here's a question. When are we going to see this woman? Like, when are we going to see Mama Schnee? it's gotta happen sooner rather than later, you would think, at this point. Now they're teasing it a little bit. They're like bringing her up more in a way that affects Weiss' emotions. So you would think that now we would see her coming up soon. My question is, when? I have no idea. Like, but it's high time we see her mom. Last time she did that, she got slapped, correct? She sure did. Does anybody have a guess as when we're going to see Mama Schnee during this arc? You would think, right? Either this volume or next volume. Willow, yeah, that's her name. Willow Schnee, I think, right? He basically pulled a your mom, yeah. Yeah, to use your daughter's mom against her in that way, that's like pretty low. Like even for Jacques standards. Like to think, oh, I'm gonna say this about her mom because I know it will upset her. That's like really, boy, that's low. Hopefully by the end of volume 8, by this volume or volume 8, okay, I understand. By the end of this volume, yeah, it's got to happen in volume 7, volume 8, because they're going to leave Atlas after volume 8, so. Once we shift from Mantle to Atlas, you would think, right? It's definitely going to happen. I would guess end of this volume. Like, sometime we'll see Jacques in the manor again, and we'll see a shot of her. It'd be like a quick one shot. They won't linger on it for sure. Yeah, probably very end. End credit scene. Is she worth an end credit scene of the volume? I could see it, but I wouldn't use the end credit scene for that. I could see it though. Series finale, right? Let's just not get crazy here. The SDC plot is very weak, to be honest. Has it even started yet? Yeah, I see what you're saying. It is. Yeah, it's not really strong within the story, the main storyline, the SDC. It's just really Dustmine, it's Jacques Schnee, it's Weiss, but it's not really a stronghold in the actual story points. In the story structure, like the SDC isn't a big part of that. I think I know what you mean. All right, let's move on to what's next on the docket here. What is next? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna show you a good moment in RWBY. Team RWBY stepping up and standing by Weiss was good. Blake grabbing Weiss's hand was nice.
So these are the little friends you threw everything away for?
Not friends. Family.
This is how it should be. All 4 members together, supporting each other. Just like how it used to be. Enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it, because you may not see it again for a while. This right here. Team RWBY together, supporting each other. Oh my god, I just noticed that Yang's eyes are closed. Oh my god, that was not intentional, guys, I promise you. Yang is snoozing over there. Carter and Blink. That's funny. Yeah, but this is how it should be, you know? I liked it. I like what they did there. I like how, let me play it again. I like how Weiss is looking all sad, and all of a sudden Blake comes up and they take a shot of the hand grab, and she looks over and she's just like, she's kind of surprised at their support.
You threw everything away for.
It was a nice scene.
Not friends.
It feels genuine, family. Feels real, and Yang's eyes are closed over there. Oh man, that's funny. That was not intentional. I swear. I swear. SDC plot has barely started. Mantle seems to be the starting point. I wonder if anything will come of the SDC though in this volume. Like Jacques, I mean he's the leader of the SDC. I mean he owns the damn company, right? There won't be a major shift until he dies. So I'm not sure how the SEC will affect the overall plot of what's upcoming, but we'll see. Yang doesn't want to see Blake holding hands with anyone else. Oh God. I feel the gayness in the scene. There's people who feel gayness in every scene of RWBY. Let's be honest. Yang's been farting. Yang and Blake dip off with themselves to be girlfriend RWBY. Wives actually care about the mission. Do they care about the mission? No, I'm joking. They're doing interesting things with Yang and Blake. We'll see how it goes. We will see. I'll have no choice but to talk about it eventually. Honestly, expecting Colonel Sanders to die. Maybe. See, the problem, if Colonel Sanders, aka Papa Schnee, dies, they're gonna have to transition to, because Whitley is the heiress, whatever the hell, the heir, right? He's the heir. They're not gonna devote a lot of attention or a lot of the story points to Whitley being the heir or the leader of the Schnee Dust Company, right? So I doubt Jacques will die anytime soon. If Jacques dies, it'll be near the end of the series. Then Weiss will have to make that decision. Is she going to take over the company or stay with Team RWBY? Something like that. I feel like that's more of an end game. Like the death of her father is more of an end game, I think. That's like down the line, I believe. It really wasn't intentional, I swear. I swear it wasn't intentional. I didn't even notice it until just now. That's crazy. The whole Yang eyes closed thing. I did not notice that, I swear. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so Winter, she saw her dad leave, and I was kind of interested to see what Winter had to say about it, She drives up and she notices.
I wouldn't say I missed.
Surprise!
And then this thing happens. Yeah, so I was interested in hearing what Winter had to say about her father and everything, driving off, flying off. Like, why was she intentionally? Did she see him the whole time and just waited for him to leave, or was she trying to avoid him? Like, I just wanted to hear a conversation with Weiss in regard to her father. And the robot girl drops in, right? Discount Nora drops in, and to be honest with you guys, through the first 4 chapters, Penny has been a joke for me. She's been a complete joke. I said this on Twitter. Penny 1.0 was never this cartoonish, okay? Penny was a lonely robot who thought she wasn't real. RWBY was her only friend. She had insecurities about her artificial nature. She didn't think she was real. She thought she was lesser than everyone else. The character had a bit of range. There's something there. There's a character there. So far, through 4 chapters, Penny 2.0 is a joke. Just a joke. That's what she is. She's the comedic relief. She's Discount Nora. That's what she is. I mean, it's not funny. It did not bring levity. It's just annoying. To me, at least. I mean, look at her. Look at her. She's like Nora, all of a sudden. She can't keep still. She's all jittery. Like, oh, look, I'm so excited. Remember when Penny was just was stiff and robotic? Like in the previous volumes? Like a robot? Now she's just a more aggravating version of Nora. At least to me, at least. She's so far she's annoying. Yep, Discount Nora, that's what she is. Penny was 100% revived only for comedic relief. What, the first 4 chapters? Yes, for sure. For sure. That's what she was. Comedic relief. And it's annoying because she just jumps in. I mean, I could be super picky and nitpicky and say it doesn't really make sense for her to even come in the way she did because they would notice her coming in, so they shouldn't be surprised that she dropped in like that. But that's just nitpicky. I don't care about that. It's just annoying how abruptly she's changing the tone of the show immediately, and it's not working in terms of being levity. It's just annoying when she does that. She's worthless right now. Through the first 4 chapters, she's taking Nora's shtick. That's all she's doing. So that's just my honest opinion on Penny right now. I don't know about you guys. Let's see. She's worse than Nora. Yes, she is. I agree. Both of them are annoying to me. A lot of the jokes don't land with me, especially in this chapter. Teeny 1.0 had a more distinct personality. I would agree with you. I mean, one person on Twitter was like, Penny is acting the same way she did before. Oh, no, she didn't. No, she's not. These are 2 completely different personalities. This one is way more cartoonish, way more of a joke, where the real Penny was actually trying to be was actually more of a character, more of a person. She felt more real, even though she was more stiff and robotic, which is ironic, honestly. Pretty funny when you think about it. So she drops in like a doofus, right? To tell them congratulations, right? But they don't know what the hell she's congratulating them for, but she just drops in. But the reason why she dropped in like that is because of this. If it will play. Will it
You
play?
face down terrors people can't even fathom. It's the behavior of huntsmen and huntresses.
You are being granted your huntsman licenses. Today.
We're honored, General Ironwood.
Are you honored? Because you're still lying to his face, so... Oh, man. So our heroes are granted their huntsman licenses, right? I get why Ironwood would do this. He wants them to stick around, right? He wants them to stick around and help. So making them all pros is the best way to go about that legally, I would assume. Can't have a bunch of students running around helping you, right? It'd be weird to have a bunch of students hanging around with the Aesops. So making them pros is logical in both ways. You're showing them that you're proud of what they've done, and you're acknowledging their accomplishments, while at the same time you're saving your own ass because you can't have a bunch of students running around doing missions. So it makes sense to make them pros. So that all that checks out. All that makes sense. Also, I think the writers are just done with this whole school thing. Like, I never thought that there'd ever be a day when Team RWBY were back in class. So I figured this is the logical approach because I don't think the writers have any intention of taking Team RWBY back into school and having them take classes. So I think they're done with that. So it makes sense all around.
Your speech outros are improving, sir.
Penny, you're still not funny. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so now we got to check out their reaction to this news.
After everything we've been through, I almost forgot this is what I wanted in the first place.
It almost feels trivial now.
I think they have the appropriate response. This passes the smell test, right? Getting their licenses should be the last thing on their minds. After everything they've seen, who cares about being a pro? They all know the secrets of the world now. They know all the secrets of the world. They know how the world was created. They know about Salem. They know about everything. They're beyond this. This is trivial. They're carrying around a damn magic lamp, for crying out loud, right? They're not thinking about getting their licenses. They're thinking about saving the world. It is trivial. So I get that. That makes sense. It's solid writing there in that regard. So I like that part. I like how they reacted to it, at least.
Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1. Who
Shut
says
up, Nora.
I can't?
Shut up,
Who
Nora.
says it?
Shut up,
huh?
Nora. So again, comedy is just not landing for me in this chapter for whatever reason. I don't know why. It just was not landing at all. I felt out of place every time. Every time they try to be funny, it felt out of place for me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it was for me. Jumping over to the chat here to see what's going on. Congratulations. Yang is boring now. Not my penny. That's funny. John having a license is hilarious considering you get a license, everyone gets a license. That's funny. The comedy in this chapter was poorly placed. I agree. Raven Feather. I agree. Because it's not funny. Again, not my natural Nora. Comedy is not the best part of this volume. Hit and miss situation. I agree. I see a lot of people agree with me. The humor I like feels more natural. I like more natural humor, more not so cartoonish, I'll say. Humor that comes up in natural conversation, I enjoy more. For example, let me give you an example of good humor in the show. When Qrow tells Ruby they don't give trophies for almost, and Ruby says they do, but it's called silver, that works. That's good. That's the appropriate type of humor it should be in RWBY, right? This stuff, the thunder thighs, the whole what let me play this again. What did I just play? Here it is. Nora.
Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1. Who says I can't? Who says it, huh?
And
Your speech outros are improving, sir.
See, it feels like they're inserting the joke. Like, okay, and here's a joke. And here's supposed to make you laugh. And like it's kind of like it doesn't feel natural in terms of in the conversation. It feels like, oh, this is the insert funny bit here. That's how it sounds to me. And rarely does that work for me.
Your speech outros are improving, sir.
It feels forced.
Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1.
But that's just
Who
me.
says I can't? Who says it, huh?
In fact, I have an example later on in this discussion. I'll tell you an example of a time that worked in this volume, in this chapter, that a comedic bit that worked later on in this chapter. I will show it to you in a second. But let's move on. So it's time for our heroes to relax and enjoy themselves and eat some nasty ass green cake. Fun times, right? Let me play that again. They're eating nasty cake, nasty green cake, taking selfies, having a blast. Sidebar. Quick sidebar, or long sidebar, depending on who you are. For all you people who said, "Hey Vex, you jumped the gun on that Penny video," Ruby and Penny will have a heart-to-heart later on in the upcoming chapters. Yeah, she's cutting cake with a big fat smile on her face at the very location Ruby thought she lost her life. The very location her best friend Ruby thought she died. She's cutting cake, all smiles, like nothing happened. You know, she's a robot, so like if you want to say she's a robot and she doesn't know any better, that's fine. But they didn't have any moment with Ruby at all with Penny. So like I said, I think I've been validated in that regard. Okay, so yeah. But what do you guys think about Penny in the Amity Coliseum? Radioactive cake, I know, right? It doesn't help that I can hear the whoosh effect during the 2 examples of comedy. Yeah. They need to calm it down with the. Thanks for the donation, by the way. They need to calm it down with those sound effects. I don't know who decision that was, but chill on the sound effects, okay? It's a little too goofy, for me. But I'm sure. But comedy is subjective, so what's ridiculous and over the top to me, someone else may enjoy and think it's awesome. Maybe that's for the kids, the younger crowd, right? The little bloop bloop bloop, the little sound effects. Maybe that's for the kids. I don't know. I think she should have stayed dead. Yeah, me and you both. But it's too late to talk about that now. It happened. I'm leaving it behind. But yeah, people were saying, "Oh, Vex, you need to wait. They're gonna have a sit down and talk about what happened." Yeah, hasn't happened yet, and I doubt it will happen. So, like I said, I feel validated in my criticism, for now at least. I mean, if they want to say that Penny is a robot, and so her getting ripped into pieces would never be a big deal to her. That's fine. But that doesn't explain Ruby reaction and her lack of conversations based on that. So, but I won't go too deep into it here. It is what it is. She's just comedies right now, so I'm not gonna keep belaboring the point or beating the dead horse, beating the dead Penny. Vex is basically saying, "I told you so." Well, well, kinda, but not really. It's like a soft "I told you so," but I freaking told you so. But yeah, let's just move on to the next section or the next topic, because Penny is the worst thing going through the first 4 chapters. She's the worst thing going. What's next? Oh, okay. This is gonna be a thing, so buckle up, guys.
I'm trying to do what I think is best, but I really can't tell if what's best is what's right.
Oz only trusted himself with the whole truth. You're trusting others, but you're making sure they prove themselves first.
Let's play that again for the people all the way in the back.
I'm trying to do what I think is best, but I really can't tell if what's best is what's right.
Oz only trusted himself with the whole truth. You're trusting others, but you're making sure they prove themselves first.
What? What in the world are you talking about? Ironwood has to prove himself to Ruby fucking Rose? For what? For what? Yo, discount Qrow. Poor man's Qrow. What are you teaching this girl? How does one prove themselves to Ruby? How? Someone tell me. How do you prove yourself to this girl? How? What does Ironwood need to do to prove himself? What does that do? What? Tell me. What is this nonsense? Like, who is Ruby Rose that Ironwood had to prove himself to her? He told her the entire plan. He gave them the damn relic. What more does he need to do? This is stupid. It's stupid. Like, What kind of line is this? Got a super chat, my bad. I'll sit down and talk about what happened, and if MK can't do it for the bees during 6, then sure as hell won't do adults. Yeah, well, I got you. I see your point. Thanks for the donation. I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but yeah, this. Oh, you threw me off for a second. Where was I? Yeah, Qrow. Yeah. What kind of nonsense is this? Like, until he proves himself. For what? Why does Ironwood have to prove himself to RWBY? What is going on here? Like, this is getting ridiculous. This whole not trust Ironwood, this whole RWBY is the keeper of all secrets is getting annoying and fast. She has no experience. She has no right to be acting like, and Qrow is doubling down and like encouraging her to keep these secrets like she's some kind of the keeper of secrets. Like, what does she know? Ironwood had to prove himself. What more does he need to do? It's so damn annoying. Oh, and it doesn't get any better. It does not get any better. Let's move on to the next section here. I need to talk about this for sure. Here we go.
Your mom, Summer, would be proud of you.
See, now, these are the moments where Yang and RWBY should be together. These are the moments where the sisters should be together. These family moments. Summer raised them both. She raised them both. She's a mother to both of these people, RWBY and Yang. When they talk about Summer, Yang should be there. She should be a part of that family discussion. But the writers don't give two shits. Because Yang has Raven now, right? That's her real mom now, apparently, right? Even though Raven didn't raise her, Summer raised her, but Raven's her mom. And she's doing the whole Bumblebee thing. And she's doing her storyline, this whole volume, if you haven't noticed, is about being close with Blake. So these nice family moments about Summer Rose, the woman that raised her, she's not a part of. And it's frustrating. It should be Yang and RWBY should be together when these discussions happen about Summer. Because Yang experienced Summer longer than RWBY did. I mean, Yang knew her longer. It's frustrating that Yang is not a part of this stuff. Because it will work so well, not only for their sister bond, not only for their relationship, the sister relationship that they've been ignoring, but it makes sense within the show to have that sister bond when they talk about Summer, and she's never a part of that, and she's not a part of it right now, at least. And every time they reference Summer in any regard, whether it be the flashback, the little scene in the end of Volume 6 where RWBY had the little vision of Summer, and now with this little conversation with Qrow, in the talk they had at the end of Volume 3 when she said Summer had silver eyes, it's always just her and Qrow or RWBY, and Yang is not a part of that when they're sisters who are both raised by that woman. It's unfortunate, and it really bothers me to no end. But it doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon, so I have to get used to it. It's not going to get any better from here. This is going to be a thing. It's going to be Summer, Raven, and it's going to be not Raven, but Summer and RWBY's thing, and Yang won't be a part of it at all. She'll be with Blake and the whole Bumblebee thing. So the whole Summer Rose conversation, all that stuff, when they talk about Yang's mom, and Summer is Yang's mom, I don't care what anyone says, that's her mom, she's not going to be a part of that at all. And it's just stupid. I hate it. Summer Rose. I don't know if that's a serious question. You said Summer maiden. No, I'm talking about Summer Rose. RWBY's mom, Summer Rose. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just Yang is too busy being a bad ship slave. Oh my goodness. Didn't validate Oz. They shouldn't validate Ruby. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, why is Ruby holding the keys to all of this? I don't know what is going on. It's whatever at this point. Yep, she's Yang's mom, but the writers don't give a crap. Yep, I agree. Unknown call. We'll get to her quote unquote death. Raven looks more like Ruby's mom than Yang because of the black hair, right? Oh man, oh boy. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a thing. All right, let's just move on to the next. What's next on the docket here? Oh, Ruby finally does what I wanted her to do a long time ago.
Her last mission. Was that another Oz secret?
And there you have it, folks. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. She finally asked the question she should have asked a long time ago. But there's a problem. There's a little problem with the timing of this question. I'm gonna play it again. Oh, not that crap. Play this one again.
Her last mission. Was that another Oz secret?
Ruby, I know you may be slightly stupid, but you asked Jinn this.
Jinn, what is Ozpin hiding from us?
You and Qrow are included in us. If he were hiding anything about your mom, you would know about it, because Jinn told you everything he was hiding. What is going on with the writing with this chapter? Like, who's writing these lines? Jinn told them everything that Ozpin knew. So all of the secrets he held, they know. So why is she asking Qrow about some secret about Summer's disappearance that Ozpin knows when she should know that she knows all of Ozpin's secrets right now? Oh boy. Oh, and it gets worse. It doesn't get any better here. Eventually, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, what's going on with this writing? So then we get Summer.
But this one was a Summer secret.
Crap here.
When she didn't come back, Ozpin seemed just as in the dark as myself and your father.
So no one knows what happened to Summer, which probably means she's still alive. Nobody, no death, right? That's the old anime rule, right? Nobody, no death. She never came back. No one knows what happened to her. So she's probably still alive somewhere. Honestly, I prefer that they killed her off. I prefer if she stays dead, because I don't want another freaking Summer Rose coming around, teaming up with Ruby, and having her freaking the double Silver Eyes team up thing. This keeps Summer dead. She died. Matter of fact, show the flashback. Show how she died. Show that. Don't show me her being alive somewhere and she has to say, oh, sorry, Ruby, I was alive the whole time. This is what happened. I couldn't come to you, but now I'm here now. Jeez Louise. I don't want to see this. Keep her dead. I don't want to. I'm afraid that any storyline where she's still alive will make me hate that character, Summer Rose. So let's keep her dead. Let's keep her dead. Let's not bring Summer back. Let's not bring Summer Rose back. Just keep her dead. Because any scenario where she's still alive, I think the worst of it. I think the worst of that storyline. So I prefer if she just. I would prefer if she just stayed dead. But that's just me. No, Adam is dead. Adam's dead. He's gone. Oh yes, it gets worse, Michael. It does get worse. Monty confirms Summer is dead from the start. Okay, good. No, then I remember that, but you never know. You never know. Just because Monty confirmed something, at this stage, they can do whatever they want, okay? They can do whatever they want. But eventually we'll find out how if she died, we'll find out how. But no one knows, apparently. And we know Osmond doesn't know because she freaking asked Jinn to tell her what Osmond was hiding. So if Osmond was hiding it, you would know about it. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's move on to the maybe the worst line of this entire freaking show. Or this freaking chapter, not the show, but this chapter.
Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
Excuse me? You wanna run that by me one more time, Qrow?
Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
Who knows what he's been hiding? You do, dumbass! Do I need to play it again? Do I need to play it again? Okay, let's play again.
Jinn, what is Ozpin hiding from us?
Who is writing these lines? Qrow, you know what he was hiding because Ruby asked the question, what was Ozpin hiding? So if he was hiding stuff, you would know about it, which is why Jinn showed it to you. So don't ask stupid ass questions like, or don't say stupid shit like, oh, who knows what he was hiding from us? You know, cause she fucking told you. Jinn told you, you idiot. Like what is going on? Like, am I missing something here? Tell me. Like, I'm open to being wrong. Tell me if I'm missing something. I'll play it again. I will play it again.
Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
Who knows what he's been hiding or he would have hidden? You do. You know, cause Jinn told you. What?
Jinn, what is Ozpin hiding from us?
What is going on? Like, am I off? Like, I'm going to chat. Am I off? Please tell me. I'm open. I'm all ears. Am I off? I'm not gonna get upset at all if anyone tells me they disagree with me. Like, I want to know. Like, I'm open to have a dialogue. Like, tell me. I'm happy to be wrong. Why are they asking questions like, what did he hide something? Like, what? Who knows what he withheld from us? Who knows? You all know because you asked the all-knowing damn Jinn what was Osmond hiding. So now you know what he was hiding. So don't say I'm calm. I swear, I'm calm. I'm calm. Can anyone tell me why Qrow would say that? I swear, I'm not upset. I swear I'm not upset. I'm not.
It's a cartoon! It already happened.
It's just a cartoon, so I mean, I wouldn't get upset about it. I'm just curious. Yeah, it's funny, man. It's interesting. Yeah, so no one's got any explanation. I don't either. So yeah, I just think it's a poorly written line. That's all I can say it is. I mean, I don't know. Because he's drunk? Yeah, maybe. Qrow 2.0 is annoying. Discount Qrow is annoying. It's funny. But it's supposed to be like a nice talk between the two characters, like a real emotional scene that Yang was not involved in, right? Yang's not involved. She's with Blake. She's not involved at all in this conversation. So it will be this nice conversation, and they say dumb stuff like this, and then I have to rip into it when I don't want to. I don't want to yell at this crap, but I have to now. I get angry about it because there are two characters sitting down and talking. So you would think they would make sure that they're saying things that make sense and fit the continuity and don't contradict the show and aren't dumb lines. You would think. But I don't even blame. I don't know who wrote this. I think maybe it was Eddie. But it's not just on him because other people read the script. They could have caught it. They could have said, "Hey, Eddie, by the way, this doesn't make much sense because they already know everything he was hiding because Jinn told him everything." So so it's not all on him. It's a group effort. They all should have caught it. But I'll stop yelling about it because it is what it is. I just thought it was funny that I'm not upset. Okay, let's move on to the next part. I think where am I? I'm off. I'm way off my freaking. Where was I? Look at my notes here. Where am I? Oh, okay. I see what's next. Next on the docket is let's see here. Yeah, so I really want to like this Qrow Ruby interaction, but it's been pretty rough. It's been pretty rough since Volume 6 to like this bond between these characters. If you remember in Volume 6, she was giving her uncle the business every chance she got. Right? She was yelling at him. She was lecturing him. She was telling him how kids rule and the adults drool, right? She's doing all that. And now we have this dialogue and it's just not working. And it's sad because in Volume 3, I love that relationship between Qrow and Ruby. Oh, or maybe the reason why I loved it was because in Volume 3, when Qrow talked to Ruby, even that scene when they're playing games, Yang was there. So it felt like a real family bonding moment where Yang, Ruby, and Qrow were playing video games. That was I like that scene. That was well done. And maybe the reason why I liked it was because of Yang's interaction and because the lines weren't off. But now this relationship is so weird because she spent the whole last volume yelling at the guy. And now he's putting his hand over her shoulder and say, "You keep lying to Ironwood. Yeah, he needs to gain your trust. You can't trust Ironwood. You're doing a good job here. Keep lying. Let him prove himself, Ruby." It's just, oh man, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of this relationship right now. But maybe that's just me. When is the last time Yang talked to Qrow? That's a good question. I don't know. Whoa, I don't know. Has she talked to Qrow anytime soon? Can someone tell me? When Volume 3 maybe? Was it Volume 3? Oh man, I gotta do some research on that. Cause remember she said, "How could you do something like that? I mean, what's wrong with you?" But she was talking to Osmond at that time. When have Yang and Qrow had a back and forth conversation? When have they last had a dialogue? Volume 3? When in Volume 5? When in Volume 5 was it? When did they talk in Volume 5? Huh. I have to think about that. Wow. I have to look into it. I remember they had that nice talk in Volume 3 after she got disqualified, but I can't remember when they had a nice talk since. Wow, jeez, you guys just opened my eyes. That's the beautiful thing about these streams. I did not think about that. I did not know that they haven't talked potentially since Volume 3. Whoa. Thanks, you guys. Thanks very much. You've opened my eyes. I didn't even think about that. Wow. Jeez Louise. All right, let's move on. Let's get off freaking Qrow and Ruby's nonsense. All right, so I told you I was going to show you guys a moment that was actually funny, that actually worked, that feels natural. It didn't feel like a cartoon. Here it is here. Here it is. Let me get Qrow and Ruby off the screen.
You've only been official for an hour now, and you're already looking for huntsman work?
Now, this made me chuckle.
To be fair, we've been official for a whole 57 minutes.
Now, you see the difference between that and what we saw before? For me, at least, like I said, it's subjective. Like, what's funny to me is funny to someone else, right? What's funny is subjective, right? But this comedic bit worked for me because it felt, maybe because it felt more natural. It didn't feel forced, and it feels like natural dialogue, something what Weiss would say, and it hit. It was perfect timing. It hit. It worked for me. So that's what I'm talking about, like stuff like that. I prefer stuff like that rather than the in-your-face cartoon thing that they've been doing with Nora and now with Penny. I prefer this to that. Like, have it come up within conversation and have it feel more natural rather than goofy cartoon. If you know what I mean. If that makes any sense whatsoever. They talk in Volume 5. When? When do they talk in Volume 5? Tell me the scene where Qrow and Yang talk in Volume 5. Cause now it's in my head now. I'm trying to think about it. When do they talk in Volume 5? They have a big sit down when she says when she flips out because Aspen gave them the cool ability to turn into birds, right? She yelled about that. But that was when everyone was there and she was talking more to Aspen. So when did she talk to Qrow in like a one-on-one or like a real conversation with Qrow? Oh well, I'll think about it. That's the difference between Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. I agreed. Perfect. Great comment there. Perfect. You're exactly right. When Yang tells him what happened to Raven, that's it. Okay, so yeah, like I said, that's not really a conversation. That's more of a group discussion thing. She hadn't talked to her. Yeah, she threatened Ro. She did threaten Ro. What am I talking about? She did threaten Qrow in Volume 6. I remember that. Her, Weiss, and Blake. Yeah, that was weird too. Yeah, that she hasn't talked to Qrow since Volume 3. You guys are right. Thank you for enlightening me. Thank you for that. Oh, she does talk to Qrow. She does talk to Qrow a little bit there when she says at the end of Volume 5. She said when she gave him the what happened to Raven. He's like, she's gone. Like, oh yeah, that little conversation. But that's not really a talk. But I see what you're saying. Let's move on. I've been freaking running my mouth about nothing. So now they're deciding to take on some missions, right? So our heroes will be working on missions, improving themselves as huntsmen and huntresses in the next chapter, I would assume, right? So that's what's happening here. They got the licenses, so now they're professionals and they get to pick their missions, and they're gonna grow and continue to improve themselves and train and all that stuff. So great, that's awesome. Now, how does this chapter even end? Let's see.
Father, you have a visitor.
Why did you let them in?
I didn't.
A spitting image of you, this lad, Jacques.
Arthur.
Watts lets himself into the Schnee Manor. So I guess he has a key, or he just hacked the damn thing. Just Watts doesn't have no chill. Like, just does whatever he wants. Sheesh.
You're supposed to be dead.
I've heard things about you too, Jacques. That you have an Ironwood problem.
I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat.
So it looks like the two mustaches will be teaming up here. That's the vibe I'm getting, right? They have some kind of rapport, some kind of relationship. previously, and they look like they're going to be teaming up in some regard.
What if I said you could have your cake and eat it too?
So the plan here is to win the council seat and take down Ironwood at the same time. Watts and Jacques will be working together going forward, and I'm sure that won't be an issue for our heroes at all, right? I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Okay, that's pretty much the entire chapter there. Final thoughts. It was a rather slow chapter. Not a big fan of the writing decisions. Not a fan of the comedy bits. I think the chapter overall was meh at best. Is one of the weaker chapters so far. Of the 4 that we talked about so far, of the 4, 2 and 3 are better than this. So yeah, the top 2 are 2 and 3, and the bottom 2 is chapter 1 and chapter 4. So chapter 2 and 3 are at the top. You can debate how you rank those. I think chapter 3 was more enjoyable to watch, while chapter 2 was better written, and chapter 1 and 4 are at the bottom. I don't care for those chapters much at all. I don't know which worse between this chapter and chapter 1. I'll have to think about it, but I did not enjoy the chapter very much, as you can see by this discussion. Yeah, so that's pretty much the discussion. Now I'm about to head over to the chat to see what you guys are talking about. Don't like it. I see. That hard, I agree. Okay, you're talking to the other guy. This volume has personally been the most annoying to me. I could see how you could be annoyed. Watts is the best villain right now. I agree. He absolutely is the best villain. Worst volume ever. Yeah, take care. No, it's not the worst volume yet. Volume 5 takes the cake. For me, at least. I'm just talking about my opinion. Volume 5 is the worst. I think through the first... So far, Volume 6 has been better. But Volume 6 had a bad second half, so we'll see how it happens. But I definitely think that this volume is not great so far. But that's just me. I think it's okay so far, maybe. And I'm trying to be nice here. What's your favorite RWBY volume? That's an interesting question. What I would probably say volume 3, but there's reasons for why that is. There's sentimental reasons. For one, and it's like the volume that really got me hooked on the show initially. And I like the second half of that volume a lot. It was the volume that showed us that the show can have stakes, like when Pyrrha died and when Yang lost her arm. So I love that volume for that. I like the dark turn of that volume. It just did a lot of good things for me at the time. So I hold it the highest for that reason. So volume 3 is still my favorite for reasons like that. Now we can have a debate about what's the best written in terms of the writing. That's one thing. But for me, volume 3 is my favorite, my personal favorite. For personal reasons, volume 3 is my best. This is the top of the list. If they develop Whitley, then I'll give my thoughts on the volume. Okay. Also my favorite. Yeah, it's the second half of that volume does something for me and the show. The undercover joke was fine. I thought that was fine. It was fine. It wasn't too cartoony. It was fine. I just thought it was fine. Did you buy the whole Qrow being Ruby's father theory? I never did. I never bought that theory. And I think Miles confirmed that. He confirmed that on a Reddit post. On a Reddit post that Qrow was not Ruby's father. He confirmed that, I believe. Well, Volume 1 wasn't bad because Volume 1, well, it wasn't bad because there was only 4 people working on it. So you forgive it for its issues because it was all passion. Volume 1 was all passion. So it's hard to be critical of that volume, which is why a lot of people like Volume 1 and a lot of people don't give Volume 1 a lot of shit. They don't give that volume a lot of shit because there's like 3 or 4 or 5 people working on it. It was all a passion project. So they can get away with stuff in Volume 1. Now they can't. You can't. There's no excuses. There's no excuse for poor storytelling at this point. But Volume 1 was a passion project. It was all of 4 people working on it. So that's why people give Volume 1 a lot of leeway. See you, Michael. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. I'll go for another 5 minutes. So is Ruby Ruby's real father, right? Yes, she is. Tai Yang is Ruby's real father. At least he better be. Psych, it's Tyrion. Is Weiss better than Winter now in your opinion? In what way? You mean in terms of fighting or power level? No. Power level, no. Is she a better character? Well, yes, but only because Winter hasn't really been on screen much. But as far as fighting, Winter is stronger than Weiss. I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Oh, that's no worries, Evan. You can watch the stream later. Eventually, I'm gonna catch up very soon. So once I catch up, these streams will be consistently on the same day. I haven't decided what day will be, but once I catch up, and I'm going to catch up very soon, you'll start getting these streams more regularly at the same time. So you'll be less likely to miss a stream. Did Ruby ever get character development? Well, if you ask Lindsay, she did. What they tried to do was give her character development at the end of Volume 5 when she said, "I'm angry." After she got shot by Cinder, she said, "No, I'm angry." That was her character development, but it doesn't work because it was so weak. So people usually forget that was the moment because it was so poorly done. That character development there in Volume 5. During the Battle of Haven, that's when it was supposed to happen, but it was so weak that people forget that's when it was. Hopefully she goes through some kind of development in this volume. Hopefully she learns something this volume, you know. Thanks, Cyber Ninja. Appreciate it. Have a good night. I cannot wait to talk about Chapter 6. For all of you people who are still here in the chat, I appreciate you. Thank you. And because you're still here, I'm going to tell you a little secret. The Volume 6 discussion will have a return of a certain segment that I did early on in my channel. A certain style of video will take place during the discussion of my Volume 6 of the Chapter 6 discussion, and it's going to be epic. A lot of people have been wanting me to do this for a while, and I plan on bringing it back during the Volume 7 Chapter 6 discussion. If you look at my channel earlier on in my channel, I released a video, a small segment. And people have been wanting me to do it again for a while now. So I'm going to dive back into that mode of thinking and deliver a segment during the discussion about how stupid a scene is or a moment is for the sake of the plot. Volume 7, Chapter 6 discussion. It will be back. I will be doing it. Stupid for the sake of the plot. Because there is a thing that happens, a series of things that happens that I think warrants that type of video. But it's going to happen during the discussion. Kind of similar to how I did the game show thing in the middle of the last discussion. So look forward to that, because I'm definitely looking forward to talking about what happened in that chapter and how it happened. It's going to be fun. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, I'm about to go ahead and head out in the stream. But of course, thank you for spending your time, taking your time out of your day to talk about this chapter. I'm almost caught up, and then once I'm caught up, I will have a schedule of when I'm going to do these streams, so you won't miss it. Hopefully, depending on where you live, you'll be able to catch the stream more frequently. But before I send you out, remember the 3 things I always tell you. It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
It already happened.
Bumblebee for life.
No, but seriously, like Bumblebee, y'all.
And things in RWBY were planned from the what?
Stuff in RWBY has been planned since the very beginning.
The very beginning. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. See you next time.